Finally alone, they sat down over a cup of coffee. Rachel looked long and deep into Bob's eyes. "I missed you so much," she said. "I missed you too," he told her. "I counted every day." She brushed a warm tear from her eye with the back of a hand. "Is something wrong?" he questioned, with a sudden feeling of concern. "No," she said, with a shake of her head. "Everything is right now." Time passed in quiet conversation, a half hour of it. "We need to make some plans," Bob said. "Do you have any idea what you're going to do about your cafe and your house?" "Well, sort of," she told him. "There's a nice couple that recently moved to Abilene that has approached me several times about buying both my cafe and our house, and they've made a fair offer for both." "Well, good. How soon do you think you could close the sale and wrap things up?" "I'll talk to them today." "Think we could leave in 3 days?" 3 days? Oh, my. It's awfully quick, but somehow we'll manage. What do we need to take with us?" "Nothing much. Take only your bedding and personal things. What we don't have and need, we'll purchase. I'm going to buy 2 covered wagons for living quarters for the trip, one for you and one for your mother and sister. I figured it would be more comfortable for everyone that way." "Oh, thank you. We never talked about Mother and Mary Lou. I just assumed you knew they would be going with us." "I wouldn't have it any other way," Bob assured her. "I've never actually met your mother." "Well, she's looking forward to meeting you, too." "Well, good. Then it's settled. I'll send a couple of my men over to help you load your belongings. Could you, your mother and sister, have dinner with me tonight?" "Oh, that would be nice." "Say 6 o'clock at the Drover's Inn dining room?" "We'll look forward to it." Bob rose, kissed Rachel on the cheek, and left the cafe. He mounted and rode down the street to Joe McCoy's sprawling livery stable. He tied his buckskin and stepped into the office. Charlie Baxter, who managed the busy livery, glanced quickly up as Bob entered. What Bob took for a grin twisted the manager's lips. "Well, looky here," the liveryman said, rising and extending a hand. "Hadn't seen you in a spell, Marshal. Heard you went to Texas." "Yep, just brought a herd in, fixing to head back. I'm looking for a couple of good covered wagons and teams. You got something like that?"
"Well, I got most anything a man could want. What you gonna use them for?"
"Moving Rachel and her mother and sister to Texas. Need something comfortable for them to make the trip."
"You mean Rachel? From the cafe?"
"Yep. We're going to get married when we get to Texas."
"Well, if that don't beat all. Didn't even know the two of you was sparking. Come on, let me show you what I got."
They walked together to the back of a large storage building. 2 long lines of covered wagons stood crowded wheel to wheel. One particular wagon caught Bob's eye. It was wider and longer than most of the others. The snow-white canvas cover was angled out at both the front and the back. "What about that one there?" he asked, pointing. The liveryman nodded his head.
"Good choice. That's a special-built Conestoga. Best wagon I got for a trip like you're talking about. It's 5 foot wide and 12 foot long and has ironclad wheels. The axle's made of iron instead of wood like most of the others. Wagon bed's waterproof for crossing rivers, and it comes with 2 wooden water barrels."
"How much you asking?"
$200.
"You got 2 of them?"
"Yep, believe I do."
"Well, what about mules?"
"Got some of the best mule teams that ever walked. You'll need